There's a moment in Attack on Titan that everyone remembers. Eren stands before the ocean, stares across endless water, and asks if killing everyone on the other side will finally make him free. We usually interpret this as philosophical uncertainty, a man questioning the cost of genocide. But that interpretation misses something far more unsettling. Eren wasn't asking a question. He was recognizing a fact he had already accepted. The founding Titan didn't grant him freedom. It revealed the prison he had been inside his entire life. Every choice he made, every person he saved, every act of defiance, all of it was scripted, predetermined, observed by a version of himself that already knew the outcome. The Attack Titan's power isn't foresight, it's documentation. Eren didn't shape the future, he inherited a role in a cycle that was already complete the moment he was born. And the evidence was there from the very beginning. The Attack Titan allows its inheritors to receive memories from future holders, not predictions, memories. That distinction changes everything. For Eren to receive memories from his future self, that future must already exist as a fixed point. He isn't seeing possibilities, he's accessing a timeline that has already happened. Which means the moment Grisha passed the Titan to Eren, every decision Eren would ever make was already recorded. His hatred of the Titans, his vow to destroy them, his infiltration of Marley, his manipulation of Zeke, the rumbling itself, all of it had already occurred from the perspective of the future self sending those memories back. This isn't determinism, it's something worse. Determinism suggests the future is shaped by choices. What Eren experiences is retrocausality, where the future creates the past. He doesn't choose his actions, he remembers them. He isn't an actor, he's an archivist, replaying events that have already occurred. This becomes horrifyingly clear during his encounter with Ramsay and Marley. Eren apologizes to a child who doesn't understand why. He cries over atrocities he hasn't committed yet. That isn't guilt, that's grief. Grief from watching himself carry out actions he cannot prevent. He knows he will kill Ramsay. He knows he will destroy Marley. He knows the rumbling will happen. And yet, he keeps walking forward, not because he wants to, but because he already did. The moment he kissed Historia's hand and accessed Grisha's memories, his fate sealed shut. Every conversation after that became performance. Every word to Mikasa, every order to Flock, every calculated lie. All of it followed stage directions written by a future version of himself. When he meets Yelena and listens to Zeke's plan, he already knows it will fail. He already knows he will betray them. But he cannot deviate, not because of strategy, because the timeline demands her belief until the moment it breaks. His deception isn't tactical, it's mandatory. In this is where the horror deepens. Everyone around him becomes trapped in the same loop. Flock becomes an extension of Eren's predetermined will. Historia becomes complicit in a future that already succeeded. Mikasa becomes the emotional trigger required for the final outcome. None of them are free. When Eren pushes Mikasa away and calls her a slave, he isn't choosing cruelty. He's reenacting it, because his future self already did. The tragedy is that the people trying to stop him are also prisoners of the same loop. When the Alliance confronts Eren, they believe they're changing the future. In reality, they're completing it. The rumbling doesn't stop because of them. It stops exactly where Eren already saw it would stop. 80%. No more, no less. That raises a terrifying question. Did any of them have agency at all?
Were they all executing roles assigned by a closed loop of causality? Even Mikasa's final act, killing Eren, isn't freedom. He saw that moment too. He knew she would be the one. He knew how she would hold his head. He knew the kiss would come after his death. The entire world moved to fulfill that moment. Eren didn't sacrifice himself. He complied. And this is where Ymir enters the truth of it all. When Eren meets Ymir in the coordinate, he doesn't free her, he completes her design. Ymir wasn't waiting for liberation, she was waiting for confirmation. For 2,000 years, she built titans in silence, bound by royal blood in inherited command. She wasn't looking for kindness, she was waiting for someone who would carry the sequence to the end. Eren wasn't her savior, he was her mechanism. When she smiles, it isn't gratitude, it's recognition. The loop has reached its conclusion. Mikasa's final act doesn't save Eren, it frees Ymir. And in doing so, it resets the cycle. The world continues, paradise falls, the tree grows again, the system persists. Eren didn't end the cycle, he proved it cannot be escaped. This is the true horror of Attack on Titan. Eren wasn't a villain, he wasn't a hero, he was a function, a consciousness trapped inside a causal loop so complete that even his thoughts were echoes of a future already lived. He didn't lose his freedom, he never had it. The walls didn't imprison him, the titans didn't define him. Time did. And that's the most terrifying truth of all. Not that Eren destroyed the world, but that the world was never free enough to let him choose otherwise. And maybe that's the most terrifying part of Eren's story. Not the rumbling, not the deaths, not even the end of the world itself. It's the idea that freedom can feel real, even when it's already been decided for you. That you can fight, scream, bleed, and still be walking a path that was written long before you ever knew it existed. Eren didn't fail because he was weak, he failed because he was human, trapped between choice and destiny, hope and inevitability. And in the end, the greatest prison wasn't the walls, it was time itself. So the real question isn't whether Eren was right or wrong, it's whether anyone in his position could have done differently. And if you were in his place, would you fight for freedom, even if you knew it was an illusion? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for more dark anime theories in alternate timelines. And remember, sometimes the scariest stories aren't about monsters, they're about the choices we think are our own. See you in the next paradox.